There we go. Look at that. That suits you.
Okay, you ready? So, what's his name?
Gizmo.
So Gizmo and hi Gizzy. I have a dog named Neo, which is an Akita. He's too big to come, so Gizmo came.
Well, Gizmo is single, so I mean, yeah.
Well, single and wearing a tuxedo. This is the most well taken care of pet I've ever seen in my life.
Well, thank you. Well, he does want to present with you, so if you do want to present with him on stage, he is available to do that. I'm being serious.
I know, but only one star on stage. That's Kyla Pratt.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell me about making the transition from, being, I guess, somewhat of an iconic sportsman to now being an actor. How's that been?
This was where I wanted to be in the first place. So I knew my path to being on the silver screen was to be an athlete first. I saw so many athletes do it. Jim Brown did it better than I think all of them. And when I saw what he was able to do in the movies back in the 70s, I said, if you're an athlete, it seems to be an easier path. It wasn't. I still have to go to acting class. You still have to audition. I auditioned for Sneakerella, and the director, Liz, who's coming up, literally told me, you almost didn't get it because you were too cool. And I explained to her I was in character. And then she realized that's how I was going to play the role. So I literally pay attention to it. I'm literally tell people when they go, well, you're an athlete. I go, well, I used to be.
Yeah.
And then people see me and go, did you play for somebody? I say, yeah, my family. And I left it at that.
Yeah. Amazing, because a lot of times people, I know, men struggle with once they leave their career as an athlete, especially if they're at the professional level, is what do I do next? Who am I? Because they identify so much with that. But you never really had that problem.
No, I did some sports shows, but everybody knew. My first movie was Bad Boys in 1993. With Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and I was like 29 years old, and I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. They all knew, too. Everybody that knew me knew I was coming to California not to hang out, but to try to get in television.
Amazing. What advice would you have for people that are wanting to break into the industry and are just struggling to know how to get there?
Respect the craft. One thing Denzel Washington speaks about is the craft. Jamie Foxx, respect the craft. Respected those who come before you and those who are going to come after you. You have to literally make it something that everybody still has respect for.
And I think that's what people like about you so much and admire, is that you respect it, because sometimes when people from the sporting industry get into TV or film, it's like, people are like, do you really respect it? Did you really work for it? But you've got such a reverence for it.
I tell my daughters, I heard 1,000 no's before I heard the one yes. Yeah. And they only get to see the yes. Yeah. But the no's literally, shape you. So when you get that role, you want to make sure you do the best, because every time you're on stage, every time you're on camera, you're auditioning for your next job.